All right, welcome to Bloom in Full Color, where we live life in high definition. I am here today with Melissa Peace. We're kind of back on our podcast journey. Had to take a small break, get our, poop in a pile, if you will. But so most everybody knows Moss Greenhouses. We got a party in April,
Big party.
If you're of the female gender, it is the place to be. It's always on a Wednesday. It's always in early April before the plants can go outside. We get it. Everybody has spring fever. So it's an interesting time that we're having this, and we won't get too much into politics, but it is kind of interesting timing. So today we're talking about Project Succeed, because anybody who's came to Ladies Night in the last 2 years, I think.
Last year only.
Is it just last year?
Just last year.
Pardon me.
The year before was Battle of the Nurseries.
Yeah.
That's
so
why.
in 2023, then, we did Battle of the Nurseries.
Yes.
So we had like 2-3 weeks where we were collecting school supplies.
Correct.
And so let's explain what Project Succeed is, and then we'll circle back to Ladies Night, because
Absolutely.
that kind of like all pairs together, because this is kind of a one-night affair only.
One night only, yes.
One-night
Project
affair.
Succeed is a nonprofit here in the Magic Valley, and we provide school supplies to teachers grades K through 8. Any teacher in the Magic Valley grades K through 8 can reach out to us on our website and request supplies.
And it's like anything they need, too.
I counted the other day, we have 46 different items they can choose from.
Jeez, that's plenty.
Yeah, so it's a lot. And I think, for those that have not heard about us yet, the average teacher spends anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 out of their own pocket on school supplies. And you hear a lot about why is it? Is it the districts that don't have the money? Is it, what about all those lottery funds? Why are they not going to the schools? And I think what we don't realize, it's just typically the families of the students that simply don't have the means to bring in the supplies.
Right.
Back in the day, we all got a list.
Yeah.
When you start school, this is what you bring in. And more, especially with the economy that it currently is at, families just don't have the supplies.
Well, in school supplies, that shit ain't cheap. That shit ain't cheap.
They are not cheap.
I've got twins. I have to buy 2 of everything at the same time.
No.
If I don't buy it for the sister, the other sister's pissed. And I'm like, dude, settle.
Yeah.
We're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be okay.
But it's a real struggle, and so we want to help these teachers set up their classrooms so everyone, no matter what their reasoning is for not bringing in school supplies, that those kids have all the supplies they need every single day that they come into school.
That's the best way to do it.
I think it sets them up for, to me, it's not just supplying the teachers with supplies. It's obviously getting it in front of the students, but also how is that going to affect that student later in life? Because they were not treated differently, because they had the supplies, perhaps they got
equal opportunity.
Well,
man.
they got excited about math, or they got excited about drawing, and they, in their future became artists or whatever, mathematicians. And I think that it's such a full circle what it is we do, that it's not just about the supplies. It's how it's going to affect that child later in life.
And you're also equaling out the economic kind of levels.
Absolutely.
The separation that happens in schools, because
It's rough.
you think about those kids that only get the meal that they eat at school.
Yep.
It just breaks your heart.
Yep.
That's why my parents' house was where everybody came to eat. I think they put all my friends through school. So that was just, well, and we've talked about this before. There is most teachers, and I actually watched an interview the other day on the Today Show. Jenna Bush Hager was interviewing a teacher, and she was saying that it doesn't matter if my kids need supplies, I buy them. It doesn't matter because I need them.
Yeah.
And so how much does a teacher spend on average?
It's about $2,000, and it depends.
A year.
Yeah, and it depends on.
Teachers don't make enough to be doing
Nope,
that.
and even if they made enough,
It's still,
they shouldn't be paying for it out of their own pocket.
because we all live to our income.
Yep.
We're above it.
Yep.
In some
Yeah,
cases.
some of us. And I think that even if they had more income, why are they required to pay for it out of their own pocket? And I just, small, let's get the supplies into the teacher's hands as quickly as possible. And hopefully that will make a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So how we're going to do this. So you guys are actually going to get to see it on camera. The tickets are here. All right. So ladies night out, we got it coming up. So as I was telling the guys, we've got a new production team. So Rap House 208. Did I say it right? Rap House Records. Okay. So I've got Dustin, Zach, and Nick in team, and so we're kind of talking about this. So we're explaining to these guys. So ladies' night out, it's 450 women in a greenhouse. We feed them booze and make sure their husbands aren't there to police their wallets.
Yeah.
That's what we do. So, all right, so a couple of things with ladies' night. So first off, mark your calendars right now, April 1st, 8 a.m., 208-324-1000. I'm sorry, it sucks. Yes. Okay, here's the strategy, guys. You're going to get your group of friends. You're going to figure out how many tickets you need. And then you're going to all call and be in a text stream until the first person gets through and buys the group, and then you Venmo that person.
Yes.
Okay? That's how you do it. And so with that, anybody who brings in school supplies will get a 20% off coupon. And this is just kind of the flyer that'll go out with all the tickets. Project Succeeds information's on the back, of course. And we're trying to raise as many school supplies as possible at Ladies Night. Yes. You had like a carload plus last year.
We had 7 huge, I was blown away. We had 7 huge industrial-sized totes that were overflowing with school supplies.
Just from Ladies Night.
Just from it. So in a matter of 2 hours, 7 totes that were overflowing. What I think is really... first of all, thank you to Moss for doing it again. But also, part of us wanting to do this podcast is to share with you how much need there is. I will tell you, between Moss Greenhouse and the other 3 fundraisers we did last year, all of the supplies we went through this entire school year, which means I did not have to tap into our bank account and buy more supplies. So that helped us greatly get us through all of...
Oh, that's wonderful, because there's plenty of things you do have to buy.
Well, plenty of things that we don't ask the public for. But I will tell you, year to date, we have filled 435 requests for teachers in the last 2 years. Average teacher asks us about $200 worth of supplies every time we're open. We're open 3 times a year.
And the best part of that is that teacher can now pay their water bill or their power bill or get groceries for their family.
Or Christmas dinner.
Oh,
I heard about that a lot in December.
They had to give
Thank you
Christmas.
For the supplies, because now I can put Christmas dinner on my family's plate. House. Yeah.
That makes my heart hurt.
Yeah.
Well, and with everything that's shifting, like we don't have to talk politics. I've got another episode we're going to film. It's going to get into that a little bit, but without saying too much, like there's so much unknowns right now.
Yep.
And there's so many moving pieces. I mean, I was reading an article today about the downsize of the Twin Falls population and therefore the budget cuts. Mm-hmm. And how many teachers won't be working in the district, but how the superintendent handled it, he handled it really well. Mm-hmm. Said, we'll just do natural attrition and people are moving. Yeah. That way we don't have to do any layouts and we'll just rearrange.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's a sound strategy. I think that works. But that also means that the allocation of resources will reduce because
absolutely
population, and they attributed it to the new generation's not reproducing at the same rate. Correct. And the new people moving to the valley don't have children.
Correct.
And a lot of people are going to homeschooling. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. During COVID, I realized how important a teacher was, and there's no way in hell. I mean, I love my kids, but I love to leave them for the day too, and them to go do their own shit without me. Sorry, I'm speaking to every mother that's like, oh, thank God the school bus is here. So it's just it's real, guys. Like me, I don't pull punches. I just say it how it is. But yeah, so we're gonna sell Ladies Night tickets on the 1st. Last year they sold out in 27 minutes. It was ballistic. I get it. So, same strategy. We're probably going to will call the tickets, though. But we're going to do a huge push for anybody who brings school supplies. You get a 20% off for Moss Greenhouses, which we know we're the bougie flowers. Yeah. We're the most expensive guy in the valley. There's a reason for that, just so you guys know. We're the wholesaler, okay? We're the grower. So we make sure that we do a full markup on our plants so that we give every other garden center 100% of an opportunity to make a profit. Mm-hmm. That is an integrity thing. Now that we tell people that, they're like, oh,
that's why.
That's why. It's like, well, duh. Yeah. But you're also coming to the fountain. Yeah. Like, with the best water, if you will, where you're coming right to the source. And people have asked me multiple times, why does it look so good at your greenhouse? I have a fertilizer injection system that feeds it every single time. I'm cheating. That's why. And we have an acid injection tank that feeds the entire farm. We've got all the secret sauce. Once it leaves our place, we don't have control of that. I mean, we can give you the tips and tricks, but it just depends if you're a home consumer or if you're a garden center. So with that, guys, think about teachers.
Oh, wait. Besides the 20% off.
Oh, what else?
I'm actually going to give a raffle ticket.
Dad, what? Yeah, I'm jumping around. I'm going to hand the mic back over to Melissa. Yeah, no, she's got some cool shit lined up for you guys.
So we want to do a little something extra because we got so much last year. Anyone who brings in a bag, I will be there to collect the bag of goodies. And then I'm actually going to give you a raffle ticket. And we are personally going to buy 4 $50 gift cards for Moss the night of that we will also be giving out to 4 lucky winners who actually bring in a bag of supplies as well. So little extra. And yes, I do realize school supplies are not on sale in April. Versus any other fundraisers we do.
But you can get some pretty smoking deals on Amazon.
Amazon's where we typically buy supplies, so they are pretty reasonable on it.
Because I know that I've gone in and tried to beat people in Battle of the Nurseries, and I've lost every time. Thank you, Jamie and Jen. Across the bridge, they whooped my ass is what happened. And that's okay. It doesn't matter as long as we're all getting school supplies.
Yep.
And so... a couple things to know about Ladies' Night. We'll have 20% off gift cards that night. That's crazy.
That's huge.
That's crazy. Well, it's so funny. Women show up and they're like, I spent $1,254 last year, so I would like, whoa. Flowers are very, very important to you. And then there'll be somebody that's like, hey, I really had a good time last time. I'm just going to get a $40 gift certificate. Mm-hmm. And then I tell them, come in on May the 4th.
Yeah.
So May the 4th, it's on a Sunday this year. May the 4th be with you. 20% off plants. So you got a 20% off gift card. You get 20% off that day.
Huge.
Knock it out. And then you could come in on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday is 10% in the greenhouse. So we set it up so that you can do whatever you need to. Mm-hmm. That's the goal. So we want people to be able to get plants at an affordable rate. We got a huge selection of vegetables. That is going to be on everybody's mind with the tariffs coming at our grocery shelves. So this is the year. If you want to learn how to grow it this year. And we'll help you with cheater sticks. We know the cheater sticks. Mm-hmm. We can help. And then Ladies' Night Out is going to be a ball, as per usual. We do have a new MC this year.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Molly Harmison.
Really?
Yeah, Molly and I are meeting tomorrow.
Very cool.
Yeah, so Molly's going to come in and just knock it out, and we're gonna have
awesome.
a party. So,
well,
yeah.
I appreciate you doing this.
I apologize to the lady who called and asked for the Chippendales. Wasn't going to happen. Sorry, we are not tough enough to wear pink. That is a whole nother event. We wish them the best. It's a great entertainment. Not going to happen. Yeah. But you can, of course, tip the gentlemen that we select from the back staff that are my more dapper-looking gentlemen to valet you back and forth to your car. Feel free to tip.
Nice. Yes.
Hey, that's how we shop for
very
them.
Much.
We go through the back. We're like, you'll work. You'll work. You guys want some extra work? And they're like, what do I got to do? I was like, smile and be nice. Drive them around. Don't run into anything and don't chop their legs off. And they're like, done. I was like, all right, cool. So that's how we handle it.
I appreciate you doing this for Project Succeed. It means a lot to us. And
I just remember your face when there was like the mountain of school supplies.
I've got a photo I can share with you guys. I'm all, what the?
How did they? Yeah. And I still remember Jamie being like, what?
Oh, yeah.
How am I going to beat her if she did that? I was like, you'll be fine. Yeah. You'll still beat me.
So thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Problem. That's what we're here for. Yeah. Well, with that, guys, so your homework is set your calendar, 8 a.m. on the 1st. Get organized with your friends before that. That's a Tuesday for those who care. Pardon me. The afternoon yawns are coming. I ate my lunch right before this. And with that, mark your calendars. And then if there's any way that, say you don't get a Ladies' Night Out ticket and you do want to get school supplies in, if you bring them the day of, we will honor those.
Oh, so I love that.
I don't have any problem with that. If you guys bring it in on the day of April 9th, during the day, we'll be open 10 to 4 that day prior to the event.
Okay.
And so if you come in and drop off school supplies, we'll get you 20% off that day.
Very
Happy
nice.
to do it.
Yeah.
It's not any big deal. I mean, people. I don't want to stop people from donating.
No, or shopping.
Well, there's that, but I'm not worried about that. So it's strategically in early April, knowing that a lot of plants go outside, because I want to do it when we're not ballistic busy.
Yeah, totally.
And also, it's a lot easier to sell a gift card when it's cold out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's be realistic. I want to help you. You want to help me. It all works out. So with that, guys, mark your calendar, think ahead. And this is that time of year. It's kind of like we all think about donating around Christmas. This is that time of year that, people kind of get lost because they're focused on other things. So what can you do to give back? And this is a really great way to do it that really helps the children that are going to be your next generation of employees and contributing human beings in society, good, bad, or indifferent. How you feel about that? This is the best way to support them. So with that, guys, I would invite you to go live life in full color, because plain is pretty boring. And thank you for joining me today, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you.